It's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your time, Mr. Politician?
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be in the studios of Unity 93.3 FM this lovely Friday morning, the 12th day in the month of January 2024. Easy Adamu is my name, could be. If you like, and I'll be just fine. Jamaat Mubarak to all Muslim listeners, Muslim faithful, Muslim Ummah. It's a day of prayer, and I'm sure you would remain very sincere in your prayer even today, praying for their state, Nigeria, and their country, state Plateau and country Nigeria, just to make sure peace is sustained in the state and by extension in the country. And so, wow. This very edition of Unity Train happens to be the very last for this week. Okay, don't forget you're tuned to Unity now 3.3 FM and TV. We're reaching you live from the hills of ZINARIYA in just north of Plateau State, Nigeria. Yes, in the words of many of our callers on this platform, peace is priceless, and so live in peace. And so that is what we are promoting even today. Thank you so much. Again, this very segment happens to be the review segment, and just after it, in 30 minutes time, it will be time for a topic. We bring up a topic and then we discuss. And don't forget today's edition of Unity. My shield, I have my cover. Well, not to talk about the crew yet, I have in the studio Professor Proveno H. Bamayi, Dean, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, our own prestigious University of Jos, in the studio. As usual, very big good mornings to you. Morning, sir.
Good morning, Colby.
Thank you.
Big good morning. Holy month of Rajab. So, a beautiful Friday,
Sure,
a day of worship, a day to give thanks to God. So, Jumat Mubarak to all the Muslim faithful.
Yes, of course, you've heard about the Supreme Court deciding Kano and 60 other governorship disputes on Friday. But before we get to look at that, why don't we start from a suicide committed by a lady somewhere in Nigeria? Okay, for the headlines, okay, Punch has it. Netizens mourns as a female banker killed self, pen suicide note. Wow. Well, I don't know what to make of this. Reading the note, one of the phrase she ended her note with is something that makes me want to think a lot and wonder why would she do a thing like this. But of course, people are going through hardship. And it doesn't seem like it's coming to an end anytime soon.
You know, could be the hardships we're talking about are real.
They are real.
The sufferings of Nigerians, the difficulties, the economic realities. This is not an Hollywood movie.
It is not.
These are realities. People are passing through a lot. What will make a 32-year-old banker take her own life? She had the whole world before her. She had the potential to become anything she wanted to be. She could have been the future First Lady of Nigeria, or even become the President of Nigeria. She could have become the next Ngozi Conjuela. She could have become the next Dora Akunyili of blessed memory. What will make a 32-year-old Amarachi Ugochukwu to take her own life? This is what we should ask ourselves. This young lady in the city of Lagos took her own life and even left a suicide note. She left a suicide note to say sorry to her dad, sorry to her mom, sorry to her 6 siblings. She even listed their names. I am sorry, Mom. I am sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Nene. I'm sorry, Akwai, Toto, Nazo, Chuchu, Ifunanya. She had the time to write a suicide note. And then she entered the toilet of the bank. This was about the lunch hour break. And she drank insecticide, we are told. And that was the end. They did not see her. Her phone kept on ringing and ringing. She was not picking while she left it on the desk. They started looking for her all over the place. They could not find her. They went to this toilet. The toilet was locked. They had to break open the toilet and call the police to find the lifeless body of Amarachi Ugochukwu. Our hearts really go out to the parents of this young lady. May God comfort them. May God console them. It's a difficult time. This young lady is an example of a hustler in Nigeria because, do you know, she was combining 2, 3 jobs at the same time. While working at the bank, when she's done, she was also a cobbler. She and along with others make shoes, and she sells shoes from one community to the other in Lagos. In fact, some of our customers were given fantastic testimonies about Amarachi. But as we're talking, Amarachi's dead body is lying at the morgue of Ikorodu Hospital. She's gone. And you know, she said, I can't take it anymore. My digits are not adding up. The numbers are not adding up. That is to say, all the money I'm making is not enough. There is so much that I am not able to meet up. We don't know how much her salary is in the bank. She must be one of the junior staff in the bank. We don't know how much she makes from selling shoes. But she was passing through a lot. Today she's gone. Is this not enough to tell our politicians that Nigerians are suffering? Is it until all Nigerians commit suicide, then the politicians, who are you going to lead? Who will you rule over when Nigerians have all died? If a banker will commit suicide, what is going to happen to the mama that sells vegetables? What is going to happen to the man on the streets that has to beg every day to earn a living? It is high time our politicians do something. The other day, somebody in Ogun State committed suicide. The other day, it was Yola in Adamawa State, somebody committed suicide. People are committing suicide. The other day, it was in Abuja. People are committing suicide all over the country. And all our politicians will tell us is, don't worry, things are going to get better. The country will become better. The same story we've been hearing for 40 years, for 50 years, for 60 years. And things are going from bad to worse. It's the same thing our president is telling us, that endure the hardship. When you've endured, yes, I know what you're passing through. Endure the hardship, Nigeria is going to become better. After you pass through this phase of suffering, was it not the same thing Buhari told us in 1983, 1984? Is it not the same thing IBB told us? Is it not the same thing when Buhari came back the second time and became a civilian president? He told us the same thing. Has Nigeria gotten better? Nigeria has only gotten worse. How can we believe Bola Ahmed Tinubu that things are going to get better when 15 multinational companies have exited Nigeria? When 20,000 as a result have become unemployed? When thousands and millions and millions and millions of Nigerians are on the streets without jobs? When 104 million Nigerians are living in poverty, 46% of our population in poverty, And you're still telling us that things will get better. Where is the evidence? Where is the empirical evidence that Nigeria is going to get better? We're not seeing the evidence in the economy. The naira is falling every day. The naira is becoming like a piece of paper compared to the US dollar. There is no nation on earth, no country that wants to receive our Nigerian naira. Carry Nigerian naira and travel with it, you've just wasted your money. Nobody wants to collect it. You must change it to US dollar. And you must change it here, because if you travel to another country and try to do it, nobody's interested in collecting your naira. What are they going to do with it? What are the indices to tell us that Nigeria is going to get better when unemployment rate is increasing? How do we know things will get better? More people are losing jobs. How do we know Nigeria will get better when your own minimum wage as a Nigerian cannot buy one bag of rice? What are the indices? You're telling Nigerians that things are getting better. Now, Amarachi has taken her own life because of hardship, because of the economic realities, the economic challenges, the economic difficulties in Nigeria. Somebody has taken her own life, one out of many that have committed suicide in recent times. And unfortunately, I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but more Nigerians will be taking their lives, unfortunately, as long as our politicians continue to be adamant, nonchalant to the suffering of Nigerians, as long as they continue to amass wealth for themselves and share the commonwealth of the country among themselves without bothering about Nigerians, we're going to be having more and more Nigerians committing suicide, as long as our politicians have refused to do the right thing. If our politicians want to sacrifice for the greatness of Nigeria, is this not the time to slash your own salaries and allowances of politicians? The president should slash his own salary. The vice president should do the same. All the senators, slash your salaries. Members of the House of Reps, slash down your salaries. Governors, slash your salaries. Deputy governors, commissioners, slash down your salaries. Local government chairmen and councillors, slash down your salaries. Commissioners, slash down your salaries. In fact, I would recommend that you reduce your salaries and allowances, reduce them by 70%. 30% is enough for you to live. Why? Because every difficult times, Nigerians are passing through perilous times. This is the time for the government to act now.
All right, Prof, you see, in her notes, actually, she made it clear that it's not really because the economy is hard at the moment now alone, but that it doesn't seem to get better.
Doesn't seem to get better.
It simply means that she has lost hope.
She has lost hope.
She could not see it coming to a place where she would smile.
She doesn't see Nigeria improving.
And so the only thing, since she cannot tilt the powers of becoming a criminal, why don't she take her life? And
she just wanted to end it all.
And that was what she did. And she ended up by saying, Lord, have mercy on me. It simply means that she's aware of God also. That she knew God is a merciful God. Well, I think it happens at a time when we saw on the pages of newspaper that the president has slashed down the cost of presidential travel, expenses, foreign and both local, and for the president and vice president as well.
To 5 aides or so. That doesn't go anywhere.
So
why do they even need the 5? Can the president go alone with his personal assistant? In some countries, the president has no convoy around him. He doesn't have a retinue of aides following him. Didn't you see the picture of the Minister of Labour of Sweden sitting and waiting for her boss with a burger? She had bought a burger like any common citizen that she's going to eat for her dinner. There was no single aide there. There was nobody to carry her back. Can't you see the Queen of England, now the King, carries his own bag? Not like our politicians. They need somebody to carry their phone. Somebody has to carry their bag. Somebody has to carry their wallet. Somebody has to carry their shoes. Somebody has to carry one thing or the other. Why do we need all that? Haven't you seen President Vladimir Putin at the filling station putting his own petrol in his own car by himself and driving himself? Why do we need a retinue of aides? It's a waste of money. Correct. Even the slashing that the president has done, reducing 5 aides for the president, vice president, first lady, and the rest. I mean, it is just a waste of time. It doesn't go far enough. They should cut down on the cost of governance. That's what we're saying. Cut down. All these ones are just palliative kind of treatment, like they say in medicine. You're not treating the real cause of the problem. You're just touching, scratching the surface.
All right.
But let's balance this, could be.
Yes.
By telling Nigerians, no matter what you're passing through,
okay,
taking your life is not
an option. Yes.
Please, committing suicide is not an option. It is not going to solve the problem. Amarachi is gone. What is going to happen to her siblings? Maybe she's the breadwinner for her dad and mom. We don't even know. Maybe the dad and mom are in the village. Maybe they're not earning much.
And her
now
job
she's
will not
gone.
be given to any of them.
Now she's gone. Please, don't ever contemplate suicide. If you are contemplating suicide, please have a change of mind. Don't give up. Tough times never last. Tough people do. Winners don't quit. Quitters don't win. So please, don't give up. We are all in the same Nigeria. We've passed through a lot in life. And I have years ago contemplated suicide like Amarachi. I think could be we'll be hearing this for the first time. And viewers and listeners.
Yes.
Suicide would not solve the problem. If you take your own life, you've accepted defeat. You've given up. Don't accept defeat. Right. You are too strong for that. I mean that God has put in you great strength, great potentials. Please, don't give up. Don't even contemplate suicide. Don't even imagine it. Because when you commit suicide, it means you've given up. It means you've accepted defeat. Face the problems, whatever they are. Problems have a solution. That's why they're problems.
Yes. And thank you, Prof, for making this confession even on air, that you once thought of doing that as well. Imagine how people are appreciating the fact that you're always in the studio and impacting in their lives. And imagine you ended your life years ago. Imagine. How would you have been here to make all of this impact?
Just imagine.
Yes. And so please, like Prof has made it clear to our listener and our viewer, if you're thinking of anything as suicide, please, as in the words of Prof, why you call them problem is because there are solutions to them all. So please, don't even think of it. And so, by the way, I think I should have begun this edition by saying, have you eaten?
Oh yeah, that's true. Have you eaten, Kobe? I think we should be asking Nigerians, have you eaten?
Have you eaten?
Listeners,
right.
Have you taken something this morning? Have you eaten?
Yes, bandits on Thursday reportedly abducted 23 residents of Kawu community in the Buhari area council of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja.
That Kawu community of Buhari area council has suffered repeated kidnap attacks. And this is within the FCT. This latest one that just happened, we are told that the son of the district head was kidnapped along with his new wife that he married about 2 weeks ago. The second power was also kidnapped. The PDP ward chairman was also kidnapped along with many other people. 23 people at least, the ones that they just counted, the number could be more, were kidnapped by these daredevil kidnappers, these bandits. And this is what we're talking about.
These are informing more reasons for people
Federal Capital Territory. And our politicians think that the bandits will not come for you very soon. You think you are immune and you will not do something? Even our security forces, do you think you are immune? This is why we keep shouting on this platform that something drastic needs to be done about these bandits. Our security forces need to go out and give them a bloody nose. You need to go follow them to the forests, follow them to their dens, follow them to the rocks where they're hiding, follow them, smoke them out of the holes. follow them to the ends of the earth. If we don't do that, we'll keep having this problem. These bandits now, they just want to enrich themselves because they're going to be asking for ransom. And the families will be paying in millions and millions and millions of naira and further enriching this multi-billion naira kidnapping industry in Nigeria. How can bandits of all places go to the Federal Capital Territory, Buhari Area Council for that matter, and kidnap people successfully up to 23? And these bandits are not spirits. And the people they kidnapped, they did not just disappear with them. They followed roads, they followed paths, and they went to the forests, these ungoverned places, because we are told that they came in through a forest from Kaduna State, a forest that is notorious for this kind of business. You know why I am so bothered, viewers and listeners, is that our security forces know these forests are there. They even know where some of these bandits are hiding and staying. Why don't you want to act? Please tell me. Please tell me. Security forces, why don't you want to go there and eliminate these terrorists? Why don't you want to go there and neutralize these bandits? Why don't you want to go there and neutralize these kidnappers? We know where they are. Why is it that you don't want to go there? Why must we keep waiting until they come? The forces will repel them and chase after them, run after them, and then stop and run back and say they're all gone away. They will not come back again by God's grace. No, they will still come back because you've not neutralized them. They're still carrying arms and ammunition. They're enjoying this business with all impunity because nobody's challenging them, nobody's stopping them. So they're going to keep coming again and again. Please, our security forces, change your strategy. Pursue these guys to their locations. Be on the offensive. Don't stop until you've neutralized all of them. Chase them. Whichever forest they enter, they're human beings like you. If they can enter those forests, you can follow them there also. Follow them. Don't come back until you have neutralized them.
All right, Prof, very quickly, the Apex Court will deliver judgment in 6 of the governorship disputes before. It's Friday already, and maybe we'll not take this one for just a headline, but for us, for the need to emphasize on the need for us as a people to live in peace. This is one angle, but we just have just 2 minutes to go on.
Today is the D-Day for Plateau State. It's the D-Day for Kano State. Probably Kano and Plateau State are the most contested among the 6 judgments that will be delivered today, because Cross River, Lagos State, other states are there. But
and 6 others, yes, governorship.
On the Plateau, we want to emphasize the need for peace and unity. The judgment can go either way. Ours is to live in peace. Ours is to live in unity. Because look at it. I think could be, I don't know whether you've noticed, I seem to be impressed by even the 2 major contending powers. Because I've not seen Nentawi insulting Caleb Mutfwang. And I've not heard Caleb Mutfwang insulting, abusing Nentawi Yilwada. I don't know whether you heard them insulting each other.
I've not heard. I'm not a witness.
I think it's commendable that the 2 major contending politicians for the position of governorship of Plateau State all these months have not been insulting, abusing themselves. In fact, they have fantastic history that is common to both of them. Both of them are Gosa people. Both of them are children of pastors. Both of them attend the same church, Koken.
I see.
Yeah. Both of them are members of Koken. Both of them, their parents have been pastors in Koken.
I see.
Both of them went to Gindri, they are Gosa.
So it simply means they have been taught by same pastor.
So they have something in common. And both of them are wonderful people. Nentawe is wonderful. Caleb is wonderful. And I like the way they have conducted themselves over the days and weeks and months. Please, that's an example to all of us, the good people of Plateau. Don't insult anybody. Don't abuse anybody. It doesn't matter the party the person belongs to. Please, let's live in peace. After the court judgment, Supreme Court judgment today, there will continue to be Plateau State. We will still continue to be here. So don't make enemies for nothing because of politics. Let's live in peace. Whatever the Supreme Court judgment is, let's live in peace.
That's just it.
Let's live in peace.
That is just
peace is priceless. Peace has no substitute.
Right.
We cannot make progress without peace. And so as I round up, could be,
yes,
let me remind our viewers and listeners again, be the change that you want to see in the world.
Oh, I hope you have eaten this morning. We're going to short, but before you answer me, just wait. When we're back, you get to answer my question. Have you eaten this morning? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead.